Right, the health products regulator has approved 2 more COVID-19 vaccines. They are Pfizer's Comirnaty and Pharma, who are referred to as the Sinopharm vaccine. Let's discuss their safety with the Progressive Health Forum's Dr. Aslam Dasoo. Thank you very much, Doc, for your time. Now, I think I remember in particular in December, there was a study that revealed that Sinopharm created very little antibodies or no antibodies for the Omicron variant. Are we safe in getting it into our country in terms of efficacy?
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, I think this is good news overall. We now have an additional vaccine in our armory. That's the Sinopharm vaccine. And we have now gotten full approval for the Pfizer vaccine, the Comirnaty vaccine, for the over 12s. So all that is well and good. But to your question, yes, look, I think all of the vaccines have different immune responses. It was found, you're quite correct, that the antibody responses to the Sinopharm vaccine was way lower than, for example, the mRNA vaccines like Pfizer and Moderna. And it was even lower than the J&J vaccine, and it's based on a similar technology to that. However, the important thing to understand is that the vaccines elicit more than just antibody immunity. They also elicit the T-cell immunity, which is the underlying heavy-duty immunity, if I can put it like that, that will prevent anyone who is infected from progressing to severe disease or needing to be hospitalized or even dying. So I think all in all, given that Sinopharm has been used around the world in millions of people, its safety profile is perfectly fine, and SAHPRA has now confirmed that. And we can have some confidence that once SAHPRA has done it, like it does for all our medicines, that we can take it with confidence.
And of course, we know the Pfizer vaccine also, it was accepted or registered in South Africa on condition. One of those conditions is getting a second shot after 3 weeks, etc. So I guess that, just like other vaccines, you need to boost it in order for it to work, effectively.
Yes, so it's actually not the boost. The actual regimen for the Pfizer vaccine is 2 shots. A booster which is now being offered, is in addition to those. It's a 3rd shot, and it's really meant to improve the antibody responses which wane. They flag over time, and so after 6 to 9 months, your antibody levels from the first 2 shots tend to drop, and there the booster is very useful in bringing those antibody levels up again. Now, we know the Sinopharm vaccine is also given in 2 shots. We haven't used it here, and we will have to assess, and that's part of the conditions of its registration, its effectiveness, and it will be the pharmacovigilance, the surveillance of its effect over time will determine whether we need a booster with that. I think we are making some progress. The one thing that we haven't yet done, and that's mainly also because the manufacturers haven't really applied for this, is what we call heterologous prime boost. That means where you take a primary vaccine, say the J&J vaccine, and you get a booster with an mRNA vaccine. This has been shown to be very effective. And in our setting, we are quite rigid that if you take a Pfizer, then you can only stick to Pfizer. If you take a J&J, you have to take J&J, when we don't actually have to do that. But presumably over time, and as the manufacturers get their act together and apply to SAHPRA for that, give them the data, we will also be able to use this heterologous boost like they are using all around the world to great effect.
That was actually my other question, that heterologous boost, because I got vaccinated using Pfizer, and I'm wondering with this Comirnaty, is it going to affect me badly, or if they decide to give me Sinopharm, am I going to be badly affected because it's going to be a mixture of things? And you already know how in Africa, and particularly also in South Africa, there's vaccine hesitancy. So I think that is something very important to talk about, so that people don't end up thinking, no, but the last time you gave me Johnson & Johnson, and now you've given me Pfizer, and that's what's making me so sick.
Yes, look, I know there's a lot of confusion about this, but the Comirnaty vaccine is the Pfizer vaccine. So if you've had your 2 shots of Pfizer and the 3rd booster, which is now on offer, you should be perfectly fine. There's nothing to concern yourself about. It's not likely, and because it's not regulated, that you will be able to take a different vaccine to the Pfizer vaccine at this point. And if you've had the J&J vaccine, you should have had your 2nd shot by now, and of the J&J. So again, there's no heterologous prime boost regimen in place. So we don't have to concern ourselves with that. Sinopharm, if you get your 1st shot of Sinopharm, you'll also get a 2nd shot of the Sinopharm according to the protocol set out by SAHPRA. So until a decision is made based on application and review of data that we can mix and match, as you call them, there won't be any such regimen in South Africa. So you need not concern yourself at this point. And when that happens, as it should, I believe, the data and the understanding and the protocols will be very clearly spelled out. So you need not have this anxiety that, oh, I'm going to get sick if I take a different one or anything of the sort. The vaccines have proved to be extremely safe. There are, of course, always adverse events, but in the grand scheme of things, these are negligible in terms of public health, and you can have some confidence that you have taken the correct vaccines in South Africa.
All right, thank you very much for your time here on All Angles. Dr. Aslam Dasoo, he is from the Progressive Health Forum.